Hi, thanks for watching. In this video, I'm going to show you how Google ranks your website in the search results and how you can take advantage of that to drive more traffic to your site by getting it listed on the first page. So for comparison, I've taken your website as well as the top listings in the two different searches that I did, and I put them into this tool that I use, and it shows me all the information that Google finds on your site and then rates its strength and trust on a scale of 1 to 100. Now, let me go into a little bit further detail on what these numbers mean and how you can improve them. So when Google is determining how to rank your website, it uses two different factors. The first is what's called the authority or trust that it has in your site, which is basically a popularity contest. Now, this authority is gained by what are called backlinks when other websites link or refer back to yours. They act as an endorsement that Google uses to build trust because others are vouching for you. So just to define these, if say local Channel 10 News did an article on their website for the top 10 best flooring companies in the state of Rhode Island, and in that article the reader could click on a link and it would bring them to your website, that would be considered one backlink from one referring domain or one referring website. Now, backlinks can also come from blogs, any kind of posting sites or press releases, but one of the most important ones is what's called a citation. Now, a citation is any time that your name, address, or phone number are listed in an online directory. Those directories include Yelp, Yellow Pages, Better Business Bureau. They're usually free. It just takes some time to find them, register your business, and then input the information exactly as it's shown in Google. Now, normally when I do these comparisons, it's usually quite apparent in the disparity between the numbers of why the other websites are outranking yours. But in your case, you actually have more authority than these other websites, yet they're still showing up on the first page of search results and you're not at all. So that then leads me to believe that we have a problem with the second factor of how Google ranks your website, which is the content on the page. So if we take a look in here, these are all the keywords and phrases that are being typed into Google search that are being found on your page, as well as the volume, the number of times per month. So I think this is where we need to do some research to find all the highest volume keywords relative to the services and products that you offer in this area and make sure that those are being included on your site. So what I would probably end up doing is I go into the competitors' websites and I see what position what keywords they are ranking for the first position or on the first page and try to make sure that we are including those on your website. So for instance, Flooring Rhode Island, they're position number 5, so that's still on the first page. That's looks like we got 180 searches per month total for that. So if you were on the first page, we're usually pretty conservative and we say only 10% of those actually become leads and click and call your business. So that'd be 18 potential new leads per month. And then I don't know what the conversion rate is, but let's be even more conservative and say only say a third of those actually become customers and purchase something. You could be looking at 6 potential new clients each month just off of this one keyword phrase. So like I said, this is where we need to do some digging into the competition to see what they're ranking for and if those words are being found on your site. Because there is a formula that Google uses to find keywords. So when it looks at your site, which is set up great, I mean, we've got all the information and drop downs, the click to call works, so the layout of the page is great. I think where we're lacking though is in the content because Google's going to come in and it's going to count all the words on the page. Now it's basically looking for a minimum of usually around 1,500 to 2,000 words because it assumes that the more information you have on the page, the more of an expert you are, and the more likely it is to recommend you. Now, while it's counting the words, it's searching for all those keywords. And this is where the number of words on the page really comes into play because you're only allowed to have one of those keywords for every 150 words on the page. So we would need to add a little bit of content in here so we can add some of those keywords, but then also change the layout because a lot of these are inside of a picture and Google won't pick those up. So we need to have them as, organically in headings like this or paragraphs. So that way Google can actually read the keyword and pick it up so you can be found in search. So if we go back to our search results, the first thing that's going to show up is the map pack. This is set up basically from your Google business profile, which is part of your Maps app. So you can do it right from your smartphone. You want to optimize this with putting as much information in there as possible, including all the services you offer, the areas, even your hours of operation. Then you want to add photos that are geotagged with inside your service area. You want to upload those as well as posts to the profile on a regular basis. Try to get as many customer reviews, and then you want to get as many of those citations, your name, address, and phone number. You want to be listed in more directories than anybody else on this list. So then underneath that, this is the organic search results. Now this is where the more authority or trust that Google has in your site, the higher up on the list that you're going to rank. So this is where normally you would need to get more backlinks, but in your case, we just need to optimize the site so that way you're getting picked up for the keywords and then use the power and authority that you already have to start pushing you up into the listing on this ranking. So I hope this information was helpful and allows you to scale some of your online presence, but please feel free to reach out if you have any questions or if you'd like me to go into any further details. We could also talk about some of your goals, and I can do some research to find out, like I said, what it would take for you to reach those. And I always appreciate getting feedback as well to find out if information like this is useful for you. So please let me know what you thought. Thanks, and I hope this helps.